put him on the ground. Wait, baby, wait. Hop up in this race. No, this not a date. This a cruise, but don't debate. Wait, it's getting late. Think it's past 8. To my place, baby, be like some. Wait, call Jake. Think I need that. The face. I need to take a break. Wait, but don't be cool. Money stupid blue. Boyfriend is a fool. I'm trying to make you comfortable. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the ground. Baby girl, what you doing? Where your man? I just 50,000 in Japan. I ain't doing no plan. These red bottoms, I know Vans. And she telling all her friends, I might put them on the ground.
Yeah, I miss you, but I got no time for that. Yeah, I miss you, but I got no time for that. How could you wish you never play me? Had no time for that. Play me, you got no time for that. How could you?
EA Sports coverage of the NBA playoffs leads us to Game 4 of this year's NBA Finals. We're ready for tip-off, and these fans are as well. It's their home team taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. Seated next to Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Sixers coming into play. They lead this finals 3 games tonight, and the big win in Game 3 means they can win it all here tonight on the road in Game 4.
And the big thing right here is to not think about getting it back to your place. You want to win this game right here and right now. Don't extend this series any further.
Deep right corner, Bledsoe. His first effort off the mark. Simmons into the front court. We're just underway in game number 4. Goes to the right side. Bledsoe. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Simmons with it. Looking to make something happen. Oh, Ben Simmons. Missed his first. That one goes.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
To Bledsoe. Fires the 3. Not there for Bledsoe. Defense all over him. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Paul George at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. Free throw good to finish off the 3-point play. The lead is up to 5. Baseline drive. Gets to the basket and scores.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Simmons with it. Up by 3. Ben Simmons. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Has a look. Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended.
And so much of the shot is before the shot even occurs. As a defense, make him do things he's uncomfortable with. Stay up on him, make him catch the ball outside of his comfort zone.
And he scores. Jay, how do you stop that?
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Paul George to Simmons. Ben Simmons. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Tobias Harris. Montrezl Harrell with the block. Sixers able to recover. High risk, high reward. It stays in their possession. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Leonard. To George. Down low for Leonard. Works it. Simmons. Bledsoe with it up top. Down 3. To Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris above the rim. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
George to Leonard. Slam dunk. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
And the free throw is good. 3 points on that trip. To Simmons. To Paul George. Paul George, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You know, Ed, people don't understand. Tough shots are practiced every single day. With all these different contraptions out there to contest your shot, guys shoot 500 made shots a day. This is the new norm.
Count the basket.
Tie ball game so far. Neither one of these teams really able to pull ahead. Might be time to put the bench players in the game, and let's see who could differentiate themselves.
Reset here. Let's see what they do. George gets a look. Can't hit.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
To Embiid. Trying to cash in. Embiid with a shot, no good. Here's Simmons with it up top. All tied up, 13 apiece. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Nikola Mirotic trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 80% at the line. Free throw's good. A three-point play. And with that, they go up by 3. Nikola Mirotic rejects it. Nikola Mirotic with a piece.
Just incredible timing on that swap.
Paul George. Al Horford swats it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To Brunson. Knocked loose. Clippers have got it. Paul George, 3 for 4. Good start.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody would be wilding on the court. Guarantee it.
Harris. And throws it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Williams. He had all day and all night to knock that one down. Need to hear more chatter on the defensive end.
These breakdowns happen because a team lacks communication. You have to point towards your man, keep that butt towards the...
Stuffs it down with authority.
And easy two, get back on defense.
Clippers have the basketball. Short jumper misses. Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Here comes the screen. Curling inside. Al Horford sends it away.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
4-3. Not getting the bounce. Williams across the timeline. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. Al Horford, huge block. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Lou Williams. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw up and good. Gives him a 2-point lead. Deep three at the buzzer. We're 1 quarter down in Game 4, and we're back after this. You're tuned into the NBA Finals on EA Sports. Jay, in the first quarter, if you own shares of stock in the offenses, you'd make a lot of easy money. There was no defense to start this one.
It was great to watch, and both teams were on fire. But, Ed, let me bring you inside one of the huddles. These teams are fiery. I heard one player say, we got to draw a line. We got to fight. We got to continue to compete. Get up in somebody's face. The effort will be there in the second quarter.
Paul George, 4-2. Paul George, 4 out of 7. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Not that time. Oh, and a putback.
You see, to a lot of people, it's an oxymoron when you hear the word superstar and the phrase doing all the little things, but that's what the great ones do.
George to Williams. From long range. Great defense, forcing the miss. Grayson Allen to Horford. There it is, Al Horford. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot. Paul George. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Paul George. He's got 2 shots coming. Hasn't missed yet. Can't connect on the first free throw. Off the mark. 0 for 2 at the line. There's the toss. Lays it in off the alley-oop pass.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Sixers control it. Short jumper off the mark. Into the front court comes Simmons. Now down 6. Joel Embiid pins it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Leonard to Simmons. To Leonard. LA with 4 to shoot. Kawhi Leonard. He buries it off the step back.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Goes to the right side. Josh Richardson. No good. That's great defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
A big finish at the rim. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Whoa, what a finish.
You know, Ed, the effort is what concerns me the most. Effort is replenishable. If you're tired, raise your hand, check yourself out. Get somebody who actually wants to get back in transition and play some defense. That will help your team win the game, not you just staying in the game to be better on offense.
And count the basket inside.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
LA Clippers with the basketball. To Leonard. Surveys the floor. Throws it down. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
To Embiid. The monster stuff. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Simmons gets it in the right corner. Nothing going here on that drive. To Leonard. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. Leonard, not that time. Count the bucket for 2.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
It's LA Clippers ball. Leonard. Probing the defense. To Leonard. short jumper off the mark. And the Clippers have the rebound. Simmons into the front court. 14-point deficit. They'll get it down low to Harrell. Offensive rebound. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
And count the basket.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
George to Simmons. Joel Embiid sends it away. That's out. Last touch by Joel Embiid. Leonard. Down low to Mirotic. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Bledsoe with the basketball. Lead is 12. To Embiid. Joel Embiid. He's now 5 for 6.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Kawhi Leonard tips it. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Harris. That's no good. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Paul George to Leonard. Now ready to shoot at the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Nope, first one does not go. He missed a pair of free throws. Off the mark. Josh Richardson. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
We reached halftime here in Game 4. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The 76ers absolutely dominated the competition in the first half. And the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. Have a look at the leading scorers. For the Philadelphia 76ers, the Clippers did a lot of things.
Who was cold?
The Clippers have got themselves in a bad situation that seems likely to only get worse. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they've got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Assists.
What you see on screen is how this team was able to gain its competitive advantage, doing what's necessary for the lead.
player of the half.
The film speaks for itself. He's definitely the player of the half. Now he just got to give an encore to get his team to win.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
The 70s. Fellas, back to you.
First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Simmons with it. Down a bundle. To Leonard. Here comes the screen. Kawhi Leonard. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Bread and butter. And there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
From the outside, no good. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and George able to gobble up the rebound. Simmons. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Montrezl Harrell at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He struggled so far. Can't convert the free throw. Bledsoe with it up top. His guys lead here early stages. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Simmons with it. His guys down big. Slams it down.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
Leonard to George. Screen coming. LA with 4 to shoot. George. Here's a chance from long range. Second effort to Leonard. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. George. Message received. Well defended. Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Ben Simmons able to recover with the block.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Good look that time, but off the mark. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Los Angeles. Paul George to the line.
First one, count it. So he hits the first, misses the second. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Knocked loose. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Bledsoe. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Not going down here. Gets it at the top of the key. For three. And the rebound taken in by George. Count the basket inside.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
A fundamental shot right there.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Leonard. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Just because a team's winning doesn't mean the refs are going to put away the whistle. Play right all the way through.
Montrezl Harrell at the line for 2 shots. He's struggled so far. Off the mark on the first free throw. Knocks down the second after missing the first. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Bledsoe. To Richardson. Oh, nice find for the basket.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Missed it. How'd that not go down?
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Bledsoe with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead. To the rim, lays it up and in.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Paul George to Leonard. Shot clock winding down. Here's Leonard for 2. Not that time.
Hey, check up. Let's go.
To Richardson. Beyond the arc for 3. Cleans it up. Embiid. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter.
Availability is limited, so you must act now. Visit our team website for more details.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Clippers have the basketball. Take stock of the floor. George. Now that's a contest.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
To Paul George. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
There it is, Al Horford. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. There's the buzzer. 3 quarters complete, and the 76ers have to be feeling good. It's been a compelling game so far. The 4th quarter is underway. To Embiid. Here comes the screen. Brunson to Horford. There it is, Al Horford. Very efficient and making an impact. He's 3 for 3.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with the fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
To Embiid. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Leonard. To Williams. Goes to the left side. Here comes the screen. Leonard. Al Horford knocked it away.
Oh, some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
George. The shot clock expires. Bledsoe to Embiid. Has a chance. Deep 2 there. Won't go. To Simmons. Paul George to Simmons. Gets it in the left corner. The Clippers with 4 to shoot. George. That's how you defend.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
To Richardson. You've got to get that one to go. Here's Simmons with it up top. He'll run the offense. To Leonard. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Here comes the screen. Bledsoe to Horford. There it is, Al Horford. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. To George. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. George hits it, and the foul, and a chance now at a 4-point play.
The most important part for the offensive player is to create space. If you can create space, you can find your rhythm, and that's what we saw.
Paul George with a chance at a 4-point play. He's shooting 40% in this one. Off the mark on his free throw. That's going to be out of bounds. To Simmons. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Sixers have the basketball. To Tobias Harris. Stuffs it down with authority. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
To Simmons. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Ben Simmons, a couple of free throws on the way. 56% for his career. And hits the first free throw. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. To Bledsoe. Lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. Into the front court comes Simmons. His guys down big. George. They go down low to Simmons. And look out. Big finish at the rim.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Can't connect. To Richardson. He throws it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Bledsoe with it up top. His guys hold a commanding lead. Has a look. Just off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
George with a shot, no good.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter.
3, Tobias Harris.
They're going to make some changes with some new personnel on the floor. Leonard to Paul George. Leonard to George. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. George. He engulfed him that time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
To Embiid. Scores from the post.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Leonard to Paul George. LA with 4 to shoot. Kawhi Leonard. He shoots. Oh, off the mark.
Defense. Defense, let's go.
To Richardson. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Leonard. That misses with 3 seconds left. Late heave to beat the buzzer. Philadelphia atop the basketball world. They've won the NBA Finals.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers must be feeling a million different things right now, all of them great. They've done it, NBA champions. Only a select few get a chance to experience the view from the mountaintop, and they absolutely deserve it. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Clippers won't get to lift the Larry O'Brien trophy. It was one of the best seasons in the franchise history, but without a championship, it's likely to be forgotten. Check out the leading scores for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Assists.
The Philadelphia 76ers were very impressive in the way they shared the ball, giving each other the opportunity to not just take good shots, but great shots. That's what I believe made the difference for them in this game, that being the great assists.
Player of the game.
Easy choice for player of the game. No one else made as big of an impact in this matchup. Here are the top 3 plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.